Yeah, I think I'm live. I am live, so I'm live, whatever that means. So since today there is no sale day, I think I will be doing just new stuff, and I really delve today on new stuff. So uh, let's see if everyone can hear me, or if anyone is watching this, which is would be nice. So let's see if I can check any presents. If you are watching, feel free to say hi on the chat. So we can start. Getting my pineapple Fanta. Oops, disappearing. Pineapple Fanta in the house. And it's been awful. So I think it might be snowing right now, um, which is actually quite weird. It's probably snowing, and that it's very very weird. Even though I'm on the north of Portugal, it's not that typical. So we have almost monsoons and now snow, which is very very weird. But either way, let's start this up. So as you can see, I think it's 28 minutes on the brand day, but the only brand that I could buy anything with any discount, I think, was Beautiful. I bought one rod. Oh crap! I think I forgot to put it. Let's see. So let's see what we have in store for today. Firstly, we'll need to go to Facebook because Pure Lure released some teaser shots of the Zana Max, as you can see in here. It looks a little bit beefier. The it's I think it's a completely different reel than the Zana. It's not the Kingdom Macro Monster, so they had like the Micro Monster Pro and the Zana were very very similar in design. Mechanically, they were the same, but this one it's fairly different than the Micro Monster. And if we go up a little bit, you can see that this one has the SV spool and not a lot of things that I can say from these pictures. So you can see that you have there like the conical line guide. I would bet that this is aluminum. I would say that probably the the sides may be also aluminum. You have a carbon fiber handle. You have a very very cool looking color scheme going. So they even call it the spool SV. I would guess this is a big reel. So this is probably a bass fishing reel. I don't. This is not as deep as I would say like a jigging reel, but I think I will pass this one because it's probably too big for me. And I think it has 10 kilos or 22 pounds of drag, which it's a tad too much for what I do. But with the new stuff, so I found. Um, Hi, Ilpest 3031. I found. Let's see the some polarized glasses from iStar, and they are quite cheap. Still special offer. You can select some colors, and they, even though they don't say iStar, they say I see that they look cool. Unfortunately, unless these ones can go over my glasses, but I have like polarized prescription sunglasses that I ordered from Aliexpress. So not for me, but if anyone needs ones, these one are quite cheap, and usually I see the stuff has quality to it. Bowserep 8236. Hello from Germany. Hello. And that's about it. So it's a polarized glass. I don't know if it has anything in here. Maybe 22 grams. So it's quite light. Let's see if they explain the lens color because. Okay, glass free resin tech lenses, anti glare for professional fishing. Yeah, the only doubt I always have is with the colors because I sometimes hear professional fishermen in America saying that the color of the lens might have to do with color of the water, so you can see better in different types of conditions on the water. So there's that. But basically, our polarized glasses quite cheap. iStar, it's a okay brand. I would say okay to good. So they will probably all right and very very nice pricing. And this is a choice item, so shipping is in non-existent if you order 10 euros. Also a special offer. So this is the iStar Assassins 2. I think they only have the two models and they are not the same size. So you will have a casting 1.55 meters, so 5'6" or 5'5", and then you have the 1.68 meters, so 5'6". No, uh, yes, 5'6". This one is 5'6". This is probably 5'4", something like it. So why this is 61 euros? Why it's not? I don't consider it expensive. So X-Star rods supposedly are good. They look good. You have the cork handle. You have a carbon fiber insert over there, but um, they supposedly are quite fast. So this is a, let's see, 1.2 millimeters on the tip and 71 and 69 grams. So quite light rod for the bulkiness that it has on the handle, and that bulkiness for sure will offer some nice ergonomics. So as you can see in here, these are the light blue versions that we have in here, and this is the good part. So 40 plus 30 tori blank, which is quite nice. It's nice blend, and you see it has a titanium frame, uh, ring guide, and it has some sort of, let's see where it is. I think it has a ceramic ring insert. So top notch for what you pay. Seems quite good. Not the most cheap rod, but with these things and being iStar, I don't think it's that expensive. So, and it's from the official store, and they always package everything spotless. That I have to say from iStar. Moving on for another thing. So I found these pliers, which basically are, this part is very similar to the ones that I have, but this part over here it's different. One thing that you have to keep in mind it's that these ones you always have to hook them to the lanyard in here because the stopping mechanism is in here, which it's quite easy for one hand operation, I think, and they actually have some good colors in them. And I think Etisam, again, I don't know because I only talked like twice with a guy from Booms. I think Etison it's Boom, so everything I had from them that was like fishing paraphernalia was quite good, and you have some nice color schemes. I would go with something very very bright like this, so it's hard to lose. You have these inserts, these blade inserts that cut through anything. You can even have some crimping ability in here, and you have that nice tip to open split rings. Um, I quite like my. So I for a long time I was a plier denier, and I just used the cheap ones from bundle deals that cost like 150, €1 50, and they are just awful because since they are metal, the part that cuts through the braid, the first time you nick them, they so every time you close the plier, you will be passing through the nick, and it will be very hard to Ash Mappers. If it's not too difficult when you're looking at the product, can you also post the link in the chat? I don't know where you're watching, but all the things that I show are in order that I show them here in the description of the video. I can put them on the chat if it's easier for you, or if you can ask me a specific item for it to be easy. Um, but I put everything on the description of the video. And this week I decided not to do the simultaneous stream like horizontal and vertical, because that was a bit confusing, and in the middle of the stream, or like the last time, I my internet just kaput itself. So I will give it a time, so I will try it again. So if you are watching on the mobile phone, um, you can just give me a message through live chat, and I will send you the link of what you want. Yeah, but these pliers look nice, and they are aluminum, lightweight, and you don't have anything in here that would like rust like fast. So let's move on to new stuff. Caesar. So this is the Leidun Usup DC. It's the same reel. It's a round reel that it weighs 129 grams. Let me check. Yeah, it's basically the same. Even the adjustment knob, it's the same for the brakes. So let's go in here. So this is the DC Round Pro, but this one has two hybrid ceramic bearings that I don't know if they do anything, and it's I think €27 more expensive, and this is not the final price. So zing zing zing. So I'm still doing the script for the DC, how this, like I did for the bearings, breaking down how they work and why should you upgrade or not. Okay. But basically, what I'm still doing the script and the visuals for the explaining how DC braking works on baitcasters, and the only thing that you get, the way that the braking system is done, is that the hybrid ceramics can do one of two things. They basically will let you do shorter casts, but the longer casts, I think there will be no difference whatsoever, because the braking will always be there. But really depends on the algorithm that they put on the and the programs that they put on the braking system. And I think if it's hybrid ceramic, it can trigger the like the so without going too much in detail, the hybrids, if they vibrate when they make that noise, that's vibration. That vibration can trigger the full brake on the DC system, because the DC system, the way it detects the how do you call it, the overspill or the bird's nests, or right before the bird's nest, it's by the vibration of the spool itself. So it will create a reading on the sensors that it has of the RPMs that it's a little bit different. And that's like a signature that when it gets it, it will trigger the brakes to maximum. So, and I'm a fan of hybrid ceramics, but on this, it's, I would say, a little bit weird. But either way, it's here, and you even get a pouch with it. Let's go through the specs down here. 7.6 to 1 gear ratio, gray, 5 kilos of drag, 129 grams. Shallow spool. It's not that shallow because it will eat up 100 meters of 0.8 p. And the lure weight in here it's from 1 to 15 grams. So one thing that I can do so I don't spend the money again, it's I will test the Leidum Uzup DC and then I will upgrade the bearings and test them. So because the reel seems fine. So that's that. Moving on to the next stuff. For some reason, this appeared to me on the Aliexpress. It's basically the Daiwa Crossfire CS. Um, I think this is slightly better than what we have. And you have like lightweight versions. So you can see in here this is ultralight spinning 1.68 meters, so 5 foot 6, 2-part, 80 grams, 0.6 to 7 grams. And they have everything to medium heavy. In here you have a casting version, 116 grams total weight, and it will cast from 3.5 to 21 grams. And the higher you go on weight, the carbon content goes up. So this is probably a mixture of carbon fiber, maybe with glass fiber, and there's a lot of sizes in here. You even have a bait caster that can throw from 0.9 to 7. There's a lot of things. So all the ones that end in B are bait casting versions. The one that end in S are spinning versions. So another bait casting version, 1.8 grams to 15 grams, 120 grams on weight. So there's a lot of glass on this. So 46% carbon content. It's Daiwa, so they will be very well tuned, but the materials on the blank might be a little sus. You see, this is the carbon content, and I would say you go from a very flexible rod until you get like to the this one that's 63% content and to 77% content, and this is from 5 grams to 24. And if you see the tip, look, the light version it's 1.5 millimeters on the tip. To give you an idea, I think 1.5 1.6 is the maximum tip diameter that I have on any of my rods, and this is a solid tip, and the ones that I have are hollow tip. And we are talking like very very big light rods. So, and the price went up because when I saw it, I don't know if it's because of the yeah, it's 44 euros, but it's a Daiwa, and it's the Chinese version. So this is the rod that I've bought. This is the Beautiful Fischer. Fischer. Man, I bought it because if you saw my video, I think I did it on the end of 2024. I've had this rod, not this rod. I had a beautiful, the Fischer XOL, and I had it for quite some time. And then I think I bought a spinning, and it's quite a fine rod. Um, the only complaint I have really about it, it's that um it's the only rod that I've broke, and I broke it two times. So I broke the casting and I broke the spinning. And the casting, I broke it. It was fair the way it broke. Basically, a barbell did a run up and then did a run down, and I was trying to retrieve the line the fastest that I can. And the since the fish was coming towards me or past me, the line went slack and went over the tip. And even with me pointing the tip in direction to the fish, so the line could be straightened up or could straight up, it just pulled the carbon and it flaked all the fibers. So that was the first one. And then the spinning version, I don't know. I think it broke while I was casting. So this, let's go through the specs, but this seems very interesting. So if this is the combo, it's 30 euros. I know it's still a special offer, but I think this will still land under 40 euros. You get basically the rod that I had, but in four parts. So let's go through the specs. Fishing. So it's basically a travel version of what I had, but now we can get it in 210 centimeters. So let's go less than half a meter on the shorter version, four sections, super ultralight, 0.2 to 10 grams. So you have 7 plus 1 guides on spinning and 8 plus 1 on the biggest casting version. And then the casting version, you either get the 1.8 meter or the 2.10 meter. And both of them have, I would like to see a little bit more guides, because if this is a very I would say slow rod, you will, on bigger fish you will have your line touching the blank in here, but that's only with a big fish, so I would not worry. I will not worry too much with that. But man, for a rod, so 33 euros for a rod that is four part and even comes with a PVC tube, I think it's quite a deal. Let's see the tonnage of the blank, if there's any info about it in here. So it's a 30, the rod tip is made of 30 tons solid, which is high strength. Yeah, and you even have the box in here, so quite nice. T800 carbon. I think T800. Uh, I think T800 is something like 28 tons, if I'm correct. 28, 30 tons. So not the best of the best, but quite good for the price. And the length that you get, 2.1 meters on a casting rod that supposedly can go 0.2 grams. And the tip of the rod, it's 0.7 millimeters. Count me in, and it weighs 84 grams. So quite nice. Moving on, we have in here the lizard black meat. So this is basically a round reel. I think you've seen it by now. I think this is the same frame as the U-soup, but is DC also, so it's even cheaper than the Leidun U-soup. I think this is a direct copy, so even the side cover, the same as the Teban or Autotone. So you'll see me showing you the very, very flashy colored reel. This is basically the black version, but cheaper. I think the other one start at 65, 70 euros, and this is 42 euros with free shipping. And this is very weird because this store it's like very expensive for what it is. So if you we come in here and see it has like very expensive. I don't know why this is so cheap. They have like some very crappy reels also that are very overpriced. But either way, if you want a round reel that has DC on it and it's made of plastic, this is cheap. Going to something that is not cheap, it's quite expensive. Kuing released a new rod, so you can see in here they sold zero. If it was summer and best season, I might consider it pulling the trigger on one. But since it's not, I will be sitting on this for a long time. And it looks quite good. It looks very classic, I have to say. So you have three models. You have medium light spinning. Oh, Rokoyoko, wake up. Hello. So you have the Bassmaster, 2 meters, 3.5 to 10.5 grams. You have a 7 to 21 gram casting version, and you have a 3.5 to 10.5 gram version that is 207 meters and also casting. So let's try to check the specs in here. So why did I put this rod in here? iStar had a rod with 46 ton Toraika, and it was like 200 and something euros. This one has also 46 ton carbon material, and it's a lot cheaper. So let's move down a little bit more. The weight of the rod it's 99, 111, and 115 grams. Two part. The tip it's 1.8, 1.65, 1.7. Which makes me think either this rod it's too dull on the sensitivity or is a hollow tip, which I think probably it is. Power X Plus, Fuji guides. The wrapping on the blank looks awesome. The cork is 3A, which is quite good. It will mean that it will not flake on your hand. And yeah, it looks quite cool. I would like to see this like slightly cheaper, but it's quite cheap for the material. So it's not a lot of rods that you see on Aliexpress that are under 150 euros and have 46 ton carbon. Moving on to cheaper stuff. Not that cheap, but still. Um, this is the Cast King Sharky Ultra. If you saw the one that I have, the Cast King Valiant Eagle Ultra, this is a little bit more expensive, but you get the Uniframe one piece aluminum alloy body. You get also differently than the Ultra the Synchron rotor, and this is also on the Valiant Eagle Ultra. You get the bearings, so basically this is made by the MK. I bet my ass that this is made by the MK. So the same guys that make the reels for Pure Lure. The placement of the bearings, it's exactly the same. The knobs are the same. So if you saw my Pure Lure Silver Feather spinning reel, this is just a updated version of that like lineup. Yeah, this is 2500 Rokoyoko. I just put it in here because I think this is a similar frame of the Pioneer Elite. The internals are different because this has the DSSR, which I think works fine. I might say it after the summer. So spring and summer will come, and I will give you a final answer after I exhaustively test it. I think it might be better than the things that we have on Ultegra. The worm shaft on the Ultegra um, doesn't oscillate much more, if more, than this system that we have on over here with a secondary gear, giving some delay on the up and not delay, slowing down the up and down movement of the spool. So, but we can look on the specs. So 7 kilos of drag, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, and let's see. One thing that is intriguing me is how do you disassemble this? It's like with monocoque, you take a cover on the side. Have no idea. Maybe you open this and then you open this and take everything out. Meh. So internals are better than on the Valiant Eagle Ultra. And let's see if where is the weight of this reel? Where is the weight? It doesn't have any weight. Yeah, it doesn't say the weight of the reel, so I would say it's around 200 grams, something like it. And also from Cast King, they released the Spartacus, so only 2 units, 11 units sold. The Spartacus 3 rod. It's specialized rod for dedicated performance. Where does it say, Rokoyoko, the weight? Now I'm intrigued. Where the hell is the weight of the reel? Ah, okay, so I found it. 214 grams. So even heavier than the Pioneer Elite that is, but the Pioneer Elite is not aluminum, is magnesium. And like double the price. So Spartacus. Let's see this series of rods. I don't haven't bought a Cast King rod on a long time. Let's see. K Matrix carbon fiber, sick. So it has ceramic inserts with Fuji F series guides. Fuzz light. Okay. Then it has the sick on top. Mm-mm-mm. I have to say it looks cool, but the lightest weight that you can get it's 3.5. So and the tip it's 1.7. So it's oop. And in here you have a 1.5 tip, probably solid. That's why it's such a heavy. But either way, it's if you do like power BFS for top water, that might be an option. The rod actually looks quite good, and they even have a real lighting to matter with this. So moving on, Cilius special offer, 35 euros, and what we have I would say a long. This looks like a inshore rod. The design, a rod made for long casts. So 30-ton Torai. So quite nice price, but again, this is special offer. 35 euros for a longish. So 213 centimeters, 7 foot rod. I say it's not bad, this price. Yeah, cast weights, you have both the 7 foot or to the 113 centimeters. They will cast from 2 to 15 grams, and after that, it's too heavy for me. I don't care. And they weigh 112. For some reason, the casting version it's lighter, which is I would say it's not. If any time I remember to see that the casting version being lighter than the spinning version, but it looks like a very serviceable rod. And if you're looking at me and seeing that I'm looking to things quite heavy, it's that now I have a huge dilemma. I'm being very pressured because I have plans, so I will be trying to fish for trout a couple of times this year, and I will be trying to fish for pike. And I'm getting bullied into getting like 15 grams, and I don't want to go there. I want to throw like maximum 10 grams. And I don't really, realistically, I don't have a lot. I was talking with a friend for the next trip, and the pike are still very deep. So I need something deeper, that can go deeper. Marogatti 2009. Hi Ricardo, I just wanted to thank you. I bought a new sedan 2.5 to 12.5 section and a Micro Monster Pro as my first BFS combo, and it's handsome, awesome. Kudos, man. Good thing that you talk about the new sedan. Basically, if I want to go over 10 grams to for pike, I have to use the new sedan. That I think it's 3.5 to 17, something, the model that I have, something like that. I can use the Kuying Super Lit, which can go to 12 grams, I think, or 15 grams. I have a rod from Mifine that is casting, the Mifine Dreamcast, that will go to 18 grams. And I think that's it. I think all my other rods will go maximum 10 grams. So there's a bit of the dilemma there. But this rod looks cool. It's very, very simple. And now prepare yourself. Do you want to buy a reel that is very, very, very similar to other reel? Does this baitcaster ring any bell? I know this is not my area, so this is a 8 kilo of drag, so this is like a 100 size baitcaster that is not made for BFS. It has a very what's a medium spool, but 7+1 ball bearings, and the model name it's PMAX. Look, oh, we have a sale coming on. Let me check something. No, it didn't appear anything, and in here also didn't trigger anything. So let's refresh this page. No, it's still the same. So it's just in here. But let's open Google. Abu Garcia PMAX 3. So let's see if we can find. So fisherman. So this is probably. So this is a store. Jesus, such quality on the picture. So another store. Look, look. I will take this window, and I will look. Look, it's the same reel. And this is not a weird store. This is Delq store. So I've bought from them. The store exists. The store will ship you products, and I'm not mad. This is not the first time um, it happens to me. The only thing is that in Portugal, realistically, you don't see these things on sale. Basically, the cheapest baitcaster you have, um, and you have to go to a very nice store. You can either have the combos from Decathlon, or you can have like the Daiwa PR very very cheaply. And you maybe if you're lucky, you get the Daiwa CC that I will talk in a moment. And then you have the SLX, and then you have the Tatulas and the Curados, and that has to be a very very good store. And then you have a lot of stores in here that carry loose. Some stores will have Abu Garcia, but you don't have the cheapest model. Let's just so this costs 29 euros on the LQ store. Let's see in here. 100. What the This is $119 with this shitty riveted uh, knobs that look like dominoes with the dimples. Gee, let me open another store because I thought this was like a 150. What the hell? 149 euros? Jesus Christ. Uh, okay. So if you want the Abu Garcia Pro Max, this one costs 20, tomorrow it will cost 27 euros and a half. And the more I look to the pictures, the more I know that this is the same reel. Everything, it's even the shitty knobs. Yeah, look, and you can even get it cheaper. This is Provero store. Let's open this store to see if we can get any. Oops! What happened in here? No, this is just an assortment of stuff. Okay, no, nothing of interest in here. So basically, yeah, I'm surprised really. And now we have another one, 16.53 euros. Do you know which one this is? You can see by the quality looking of the quality look of the knobs that this is not an Abu Garcia. Even though it has less bearings, it has 4+1 because they didn't put anything on the knobs. But probably the knobs you can mess with them because this is. What do you think this is? Let's let's grab this. So instead of going for Abu Garcia, let's go for Daiwa CR80. It's the same reel. And again, this is not BS because this is the LQ store. So they are not scammers. They don't even advertise this as a Daiwa, which if they wanted to make even more money, because they if this was Daiwa, they just needed to cut it for like 10 euros under, and I don't even know what is the price. I think it should be anything from 60 to 80 euros. So 79.99. This is I would say a US website. If it's Australia, it's a little bit weird, but it doesn't say where they are located. So let's see if we can find another price. Uh, uh, uh. Iowa, US, 79.99. So, and in Aliexpress, the same exact reel. It's 1653. Ah, I'm getting one of these just for fun. And one thing, if you have the Iowa, you can get ugh, you can get a shallow spool. You can get a deep spool. You can get the because this doesn't have drag. You can buy the drag. So this is actually quite a good reel because it costs 16 euros. Uh, it's a quite a nice reel to tune, and after you tune it, I have the PR, which is worse a worse frame than this. This is a smaller frame with less sprung weight. Uh, yeah, this is a good platform for you to if you want to mess up with reels. This is a very good one to mess up because there's plenty of tutorials on AliExpress, older videos of people tuning this for BFS and Power BFS. So you will have spools. I don't know why it's only appears one because there's supposedly a lot more. Maybe you need to check for CC because it's the most sold model. So look, one 10 euros, you probably will be able to get it even cheaper because at some point I think even Delq on their stores. Let's check Delq. I think Delq sells a shallow spool for this reel somewhere in the store, or they sold at some point. Let's see. Look, no, this one is if you buy the PMax 3. So if you buy the PMax 3, you can also buy the shallow spool. It's out of stock. You can buy the deep spool. So, but let's see if we can find it because it would be too much fun to be able to buy the CC80. Let's see. Maybe it's this one. No. Okay, this is for the PMax. The reel that we saw that it's very similar to the Abu Garcia. But I for sure I think I remember seeing it in here. So it's here somewhere. You will be able to find the reel. Either way, it's look. It's very, very weird for me. When I found it, I was, what the hell? Because the CC80, I know it was a model that I was looking to get at some point just because of the tuning ability of it. But basically, for the Daiwa CC, CR, CG, or Daiwa Bass X, you can get you can put more bearings on it. You can change the braking, so from felt to carbon. You can get the drag alarm to put on it. You can get bearings for the knobs. You can get a lot of stuff, and it's a very nice platform for you to learn on how to mess up with your baitcasters. But moving on from the 16.53 Daiwa CC baitcasters, Samuel has a 180 gram. I think this reel was out for some time. So this is a 118-gram baitcaster, 5.5 grams spool. It can cast from 1.5 grams. It's 24 euros, 25 euros, only four left. It has a crappy FTB braking system, but it works. So quite affordable. It's not the most durable reel, but if you take care of it, it will work pretty well. And it's again, uh, I would still get an Atono Silverino because this is also has some shipping, and of course it will be different from me to you and to other folks. But either way, uh, it's 180 grams, so it's if you value lightness, this is a good option. So Lucky Time Store has this rod. It doesn't have any name. I have no idea. I almost can read in here something, but I don't. This looks quite cool, I have to say. Very, very simple rod. A lot of models to choose from. All of them are with a cast weight from 1 to 6 grams. You can have them from 5 foot to 6 foot, so 1.53 meters to 1.8 meters. Top diameter 1 to 1.1. It's not. So look, Rokoyoko is saying it's the Rancy. No, it's not the Rancy. The if it was the Rancy, I think we could read the name better in the site. You have the weird, but I think the ergonomics on this rod should be good, and it's 25 euros, and it's Lucky Time Store, so I know that they will send you the rod. The other rods that I have, I cannot put my hands on fire for them because I don't know this store. It's the UP store, and they don't have a lot of stuff for fishing. LGBT line guides. I really don't have any problems with the colors. I just prefer like either classier or simpler rods. They also sell Surunoya rods. They sell a lot of handlebars for bikes. So they don't have a lot of reviews. But again, you have like buyer protection on Aliexpress. I will try to buy something from them. You have the Lemoran Magic Shadow that costs like 50 euros on Mavlo store. You have it in here for 26. I think this is one of those stores that they like put the things and then you try to buy them and they will go and put like Portugal, Ricardo bought this. Let's calculate the shipping. Oh shit. And then they will send you a message and say, please cancel the order because there was a problem with shipping. And the problem with shipping was that this will cost more than what I pay for the rod. But either way, what I was saying. So they have some Lemoran rods like this one, 21 euros. But what I like on this rod, it's that this is a high taper rod. So you can see the taper starting on the butt of the rod, going down, 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 and it's getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So like the Ultima, like the Scepter, like I don't have any other rod that is high taper. No, like the Plume from Avlos, looks quite fancy. I have to say it has a distinguished look to it. It's Lemoran, which means that is I never had a Lemoran rod that was bad. 1 millimeter tip. You even have 8 guide rings on the casting versions, which for this size and for this price, it's quite good. So no complaints there whatsoever. Um, Also from this store again, this will the last items will all be from the same store. One thing I would buy this rod on a heartbeat. Again, another Lemoran. I don't know the exact model because I cannot read it from here, but it's Nash Kakine. I have no idea. But spinning and casting from 1.42 meters to 1.68 meters. It's a hollow tip rod, ultralight. Again, good number of guides. If you get the 1.42 meter version casting, you get 8 guides, which is quite good. The tip is 1.3 millimeters. The weights go anything from 72 to 97. The casting rods are a little bit fatter. Mark their boss with a question. What rod should I get for perch? Depends. Where do you fish for perch? What do you throw for perch? And what length of rod do you want? I could you please suggest some knob options for the Silverino? I have the bearing upgrade items on the way. Would like some larger knobs as I have big hands. Hmm. So, so we have knobs and rod for perch. So Mark their boss. Please give me a little bit more info of what you want for perch or sizes and cast weights, and I can help you. And Blair Guthrie. Sorry for butchering all your names, but uh let's see. Handle knobs. So I would say something like this one, but I would say it's for you. It's maybe better to buy a bigger handle and just I don't know the other one. It's 90. Hmm. Something like this, but these ones are EVA, but they protrude a little bit more out. Yeah, I would let me check these ones because I have had power knobs like these ones, like EVA, and they are quite nice for spinning reels, but really depends on the distance that you have from one to the other. So let's open. So let's see. So these ones are like 30 millimeters, but knobs are a thing that they are quite expensive. Usually it's cheaper to buy the handle with the knobs. I know it doesn't make any sense, but so this opened me the page for bundle deals. So it will be harder for me to send you if I find anything in here. But these are 38 millimeters knobs, but this is for spinning. Hmm. I have bought bigger knobs, but they are not. They are a little bit more plastic. But for you, it's just the size. I think I have it. Let's see knobs. I know I ordered some, and they were quite cheap. So yeah, these ones and these ones. Yeah, these ones are the same. So these ones are cheaper, and these ones are vanished. So I think these ones. So for the knobs, I think these ones are bigger, but I don't have the Anatono with me. I think this version, the let's see the yeah. Okay, I live in Germany, so lake or canals casting weight. I don't really know, like 3 to 15. That's wrong one, but bigger or small does not matter. But and Antonio Silva. So you want a weight casting rod? Yeah, 3 to 15 grams. It's no problems for the reel. Um, the rod, I would say, if you want the 15 grams, and this is EU shipping, and I think they can ship. No, this is not the one. So let me check, because for some reason this is opening the Pioneer Trout, and I want the Pioneer Perch. No, this is the trout, and this is also the trout. Quite weird. I I I know for sure that they made oh, here it is. Pioneer Perch. And it will be cheaper tomorrow. So this is 5 to 18 grams. Mm, but I would go with something from Handing. because usually it's I would say good quality rods, but the problem in here it's that I'm not seeing. Let's open this one. If it has the no, this also starts at 5. Let's see the M1. M1 M1 bass. I would say it's a bit so okay. Let's see. Spinning and we want casting. So you have 4 to 18 and 1.98 meters. So I would say the handing M1 and the lightest version. You also have okay, something a little bit more fancier. If I can find it. So let's see. Casting. 3.5 to 17. Here it is, the winner. So 2 meters. You can check this one out. I will put the link on the chat for perch. I would go with something like this. And I actually, funny enough, I was with someone that bought this rod, the heavy version, to go for on a trip, and the rod feels quite nice and has like very good ergonomics. Something from Germany. Something more from Germany. Oops. Ah, where I was in rod. So why would I like this rod, this Lemoren? And it has one review. Yeah. Ah, thanks for the help. What about the line? What are you recommending? For line, just go with Zukibo. Um, so let me check. Zukibo. Oops, I went out of the Aliexpress. So you have the if you are going with Anatono Silverino, it cannot be like a very thick line. So you don't need 7 kilos for perch. I would go with something like this. The I think this is the cheapest braid that they have that is like 8 strands and it has coating. I might be wrong. Uh, if you don't have anything against pink, and I'm currently testing this. I don't know how will be the durability, but this shit is awesome. This is the not microtin, nanofil, and it's actually quite good looking braid. So You can also go. I would probably recommend this one because it's orange, and you just put 100 meters of 0.12 or 0.13, and you are set because you don't need much more on a baitcaster. And yeah, I would go with this because it will look quite good on your on the Anatono Silverino because it has like orange accents. And I have spooled like 3 reels with it, and I'm testing them, and it feels quite good. Where I was at. Why did I want? No problems. Why did I would want this rod? Because it looks like the colors of Neo Genesis Evangelium. So the unit one, if you know me and seen any like of my videos, I think from time to time I mention I quite like this color scheme. So like purple with fluorescent neon green. The only thing that doesn't do it for me, it's like these accessories in here. If they were orange, I would purchase this on the hour immediately. Still on the same store, which I don't think. I think again. I really hope that they would like cheap. I would say this they might cheap. So this is the Yuming Bu Shishi. This is a great series of rods. Um, I had the Shishi, the travel rod. I had the Shishi blue rod that I yet to review, and I have had the Yumingbu Shishi telescopic rod, and all of them have been great. And this is the Shishi 4, and look at it. It looks it's a 30-ton rod, so I would say perfect for streaming, and it has like a very classic look to it. The cork on these rods is for the price point exceptional, and you have like this nice double nut um, real seat. It's a lot of nice things on it. It has Fuji guides, so you have from anything from 5 foot, 5'6" and 6 foot, both on spinning and casting. We can go in here. Okay, it says in here it will ship to Europe and South America. So, okay, giving a little bit more confidence. Let's see. So, cast weight 1.5 to 7, line weight 2 to 6 pounds. The tip it's 1.45 because I think this is usually a hollow tip rod, and it has 7 guides, which is not bad. I would go with probably the 5 foot or the 5'6" on this rod because the way it looks, the number of guides, you will get exceptional stuff. Another good looking rod. Look at these marble insertions in here. 30 and 40-ton carbon. The guides also look pretty good. It's a Lemorand. It's the Wook Kong rod. I think Marvelous also sells it, but in here it's cheap. It's cheaper, I have to say. So actually looks pretty cool. And you get 30 plus 40-ton carbon. So let's go in here. It's a light rod. So all of them are 2 to 12 grams. Around 100 grams of total weight for the rod, and the tip it's 1.4 or 1.5 depending on the size. And again, the number of guides, if you get a shorter casting rod, it's actually quite good. So 8 plus 1 on a 1.8 meter rod, it's quite good. So And the casting rod looks quite nice also. With that said, I think I run through everything that I've got to show you that was new, that I found new on Aliexpress. So if you have any more questions, feel free to shoot them on the chat. If you need any suggestion or help with something, if not, I will just zip through Aliexpress. Oh, look, you can even save some money. There will be some coupons, and they start in um, €1, but I think it will be very targeted. So a lot of clothing in here. Yeah, but itching to get. Rokoyoko says it's itching to get that beautiful rod, losing the battle. I would say the way you fish for the Tanta, you can put it on your backpack. I would say it's not money wasted. If it's like the OG Beautiful, which should be because it's basically the same rod chopped up in 4 portions. So the Cast King Valiant Eagle Ultra will dip under 80. That's nice. Let's see if there's anything in here more. One tip for Rokoyoko, if you don't did it already. Oh crap! Get these things, especially like these dual tone colors. You have natural colors and orange. Um, Good combo with Valiant Eagle Ultra? Probably yes. So there's still some things in here of value that you can use your coupons on. Hmm. Yeah. Resolute, it's €24 before coupons. Let's see if we can find anything else worth mentioning. You see the Samreo Air Venom? This is €40. This is the normal price. So that one for 24, it's actually quite good. Cast King Zephyr SFS, €61. This Resolute is even cheaper at €23. Mhm. A Pure Lure DC Reel, the VFS Miek DC, whatever it means. Why this? Okay, only right hand version. This looks sick, I have to say. So this is the same that I have the Creek Air, but at a nice price. Let's go down. See if there's anything worth looking at. Yeah, I think that's it. No more questions. I think I will bail out and catch some sleep. But basically, yeah, there will be some deals tomorrow to be have, especially with the coupons. So feel free to spend money. It's that time of the year. in Europe, fishing is quite crappy. So it's probably that time of the year where we're spending and spending the money, setting it all up just to collect dust for some time until we can go out again. And it's, I think, if it's not like heavy rain right now, it's maybe snowing. Like all the mountains nearby, I would should not say the hills nearby are covered with snow, so um, nah, it's not that good of fishing weather. Yeah, but I see some nice deals in here. So with that said, I think that's all for today. So thank you guys for watching the stream, and for commenting on the chat, and everything, as I said on the beginning of the stream, it's linked on the description of the video. Everything that I showed and explained. The other stuff that I navigated, not really. But again, when you're watching, or if you have any doubt, or if you just want anything, you can also leave a comment on the video. I will respond and send you um, the best answer that I can. And that's it. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.